Welcome everyone to the show. I'm your host Don Vic, and you already know we in the building, baby. What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? What's going on? Woo, boy! So today, guys, um, we have a great guest coming on the show, all the way from Florida. She's a model and an actress by the name of Victoria Zafiratos. We'll be talking to her, finding out exactly what she's been doing this present day and what she's been doing in the past. So we're gonna wait for her to get on the link, and then we'll bring on the show as soon as she pops up. But I want to thank everyone that supports the show. You already know how this goes. Supporters, thank you so much. YouTube followers, Instagram followers, TikTok followers, and everyone else around the world that tunes in on the Don Big Show. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. You already know what it is. So, um, a big shout out to the P3 family. Big shout out to the Parapost Network family. Love you guys. You guys been great. And all my guests and all my um, friends on my friend list. Big shout out to you guys. Appreciate everyone that does come on the show. You guys been great, and I appreciate it. Um, I want to send a big shout out to the ISSS network from Scotland. Big shout out to Scotland. Um, to my friend Anna, Kathleen, and Emma that had me on the show um, yesterday, I believe it was. And it was a great show. If you guys missed it, you guys can go on my page and check out the interview. You can go to Emma's page, you can go to Kathleen's page or Anna Margaret's page and check out the interview. It was a great interview. It was very touching. So if you missed it, you guys can go back and watch the interview. Also, big shout out to Minnesota Spirit Hunters. Um, my man Mark Wells. I'll be on the show on February 7th. I'll be on the show, and I'll be in Kathleen's Anderson show on the 17th of this month. So if you want to know more about me, make sure you guys tune into those websites, and you can watch my interview on those websites. Big shout out to Celebrity Boxing. Big shout out to the CEO, Damian Feldman. Big shout out to two-time champ Hazel Rose. Um, and big shout out to Macho Camacho Jr., welterweight champion. He was on the show recently. If you guys missed it, you can guys go on my page and check out the show. It was great, great interview. I was a big fan of him and his father, Macho Camacho. So it was great having him on the show. He was amazing. So tune in, guys. I'll be out of town in March. I'll be in Las Vegas. So all my Vegas fans and followers, I'll be out there. So if you want to come see me, I'll be out there on Vegas Strip. I'll be on the Vegas Strip. Okay. So guys, I do have my guests here on the panel. I'm gonna bring her aboard the show, and we're gonna talk to her and find out exactly what she got going on, how everything started in her career, and where she's at this present day. So, guys, please welcome Victoria Zafiratos to the show.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can change this. How's that?
It's good.
Okay.
Either way works for me.
Okay. So I want to thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for giving me, your time to come on the show and find out a little bit about what you got going on in your life and what you're doing as far as filming and acting, and modeling. So we know you're from Florida, and you're in the acting and modeling field. Let's start off by you telling us how'd you get started with the modeling. Let's start with the modeling part.
Oh boy. Long story short, I was never really big on modeling or the whole fashion show industry. That was always like my little sister's kind of gig. Um,
Okay.
this kind of all kind of fell into my lap. I used to always be in business or law or medical in all my fields of work before this. I got into a major accident about 9 years ago. Had open neck and open back surgery.
Oh wow.
Doctors told me that I wasn't going to be able to work a full time job anymore, sit behind a desk, do everything that I needed to do. I was stubborn. I'm very strong-willed. I wasn't gonna let that stop me. So I ended up going back into medical school. Um, ending up that I really ended up hurting my back and having some of the metal move. So after that, I kind of fell into a deep depression. And one of my friends I used to work with at the law firm did some side work as a photographer and wanted some curvy models. So I figured, why not? Nothing else going on. So I went ahead, and the next thing I knew, my email started flooding with emails and phone calls and everything else. So I figured, why not? And here we are, maybe 2 years later, kind of blown up. So who knew?
Okay, okay. So, um, you did your first film,
Yeah.
called the Beach Chain.
Beach chain. Yep. Good old
Right.
beach chain.
That was like maybe what, like 4 months ago or something like that. That you guys were
That
working
was
on it
in April,
in April.
the end of
Okay,
April,
so
beginning of May. Yep.
what was your position in that film? Was you producing it,
No, actually,
directing
I
it?
started. That was the very first call I got. So I went ahead and I went as an extra, pretty much.
Okay,
Somebody to be, just fill in the void, I guess. But I didn't really know what I was getting myself into, so I kind of went with a completely open mind, and there was good times and bad times. It was a struggle. Um, boy, you live and you learn. But not knowing anything, I think, as miserable as it was a very good learning experience for myself of
right,
what not to do and what to have, having your ducks in a row, so to speak.
right,
um Being attentive and being there, being in person, when you need it to be.
right,
um a lot of hard work. I mean, it's not as easy as people think it is.
right.
Ultimately, I ended up leaving the set as a production assistant as well. And
Oh, wow.
then I was
From
helping
from an
with,
extra to an assistant. That's awesome.
yeah, yeah. I'm a go-getter. I'm a hustler. I love to please people, love to make people happy. I'm bubbly and outgoing. I'm very approachable.
Right,
So you gotta either like me or you don't. I mean, there's
right,
no in between.
right,
So I kind of attract people and like to help people out. So if I can help, if my job is one thing, why not learn something else? It only helps
right.
yourself out. You become a bigger asset.
Awesome. So, what would you say is the difficult part of the acting
Of the
for you?
sometimes sometimes it's staying in character. I have a character that I'm working on a project, on a future project, where she's a lot like me. She's just a little more not so close-minded, let's say. She's a little more open within herself, within her spirit, her body. A little, I'm a little more on the private side. So
Right,
to keep that character going and keep that open mind, that yes, all other qualities, you guys are on cue. But I gotta remind myself that, all right, it's not, there's nothing disrespectful to me going on. It's just something I wouldn't portray. So just trying to meet that different character sometimes is a balance. And you just got to keep that in mind. You got to keep yourself out of it. And that's like the most important thing I've learned. A lot of people think it's the lines, but it's really not. Once you understand the character you're working with, the lines kind
right,
of come with it.
right. So, is it difficult for you to learn the lines, or get into character, or is this something that you're comfortable with?
It's not, no, I'm very comfortable with doing that. I'm a lot more comfortable when it comes to improv. I've done a few things with improv, but I think that's a lot more fun. You kind of like bounce off of each other and kind of keep it rolling. But as far as the lines go, you got to learn who your character is, and once you have a
Right,
better understanding of how that character feels and acts, and their thought process of how they take things, it's a lot easier to remember those lines. You
right.
kind of got to take yourself out of it.
So how do you prepare yourself? How do you prepare yourself, um, uh, to memorize these lines?
Music helps a lot. It helps me focus. If I have to be doing something that's sad, I'll listen to those sappy love songs. If it has me, being angry, I'll listen to some old school rap or some, heavy metal, alternative music. Not really heavy metal. I can't listen to that stuff. It gives me a headache. But if I want to sit there and cry, I'll listen to some country music about somebody losing their dog or their wife. But it all depends on the mood that I want to put myself in. I'm a very emotional person. So when I'm in character, I tend to surround myself with that so that I can stay in character. And little by little, I teach myself how to be able to jump in and out. And it makes it a lot easier that way.
So music helps you with learning your lines. You just
Oh yeah, it definitely helps me stay focused. And if there's a lot of lines to study, yeah, I'll find the beat and go with the beat and kind of jam it out like it's a rap song or something.
Well, you're good because I if I get lines, I gotta definitely focus on the line. Because if I do lines and listen to music, I'll be jamming. I'll forget all the lines. I'll start writing lyrics to the song, to the beat, and go on set. They'll be like, action. I'll start rapping. They'll be like, no, it's not a rap song. It's a line.
Got to keep the melody in your head, though. You just got to let the words rhyme out, but keep the melody going in your head.
Yeah, how funny is that? Big shout out to
it helps you with the pauses. It helps you with, sometimes you read lines and there's a comma there or an end quotation.
Yeah,
we take it one way, but the director, the writer puts it in it with a whole different emphasis. We're not seeing that in black and white, So of course I have 1,001 questions. I'll ask my questions because I want to get to know who my character is. Right. So once I have that in task, then I'll go ahead and break down the lyrics, so to speak, and put it into my own little rhyme. So it's like I know where the chorus will end up, which is the other person's lines.
Right.
And then it goes right back to me. So I gotta kind of put it in a flow. It sounds funny, it sounds kind of corny, but I've always been big on music all my life. So
well,
it kind of works for me.
Right. Well, exactly what I was gonna say. Whatever works for you, that's how you get the lines, memorize the lines. For me, I have to really be focused. I have to be in a quiet place where I can read it and act it out. Do you practice your lines with other actors? You guys go back and forth and kind of go over the lines together?
I have. I'm actually my worst critic. I believe that sometimes my friends will be too soft where I need to be a little more harsh. So sometimes if I feel I haven't, I don't know. Sometimes I feel as if, like I said, I'm my biggest critic. So if I feel if I'm not ready enough to approach one of my friends with it, then I don't feel ready enough to even practice it out loud with one of my actor friends. So in that case, I'll grab my 19-year-old son and be like, hey, kiddo, read these lines. I'm going to read these. Tell me how it sounds.
Right.
So I use him for a minute. And then after that, I'll end up, I reach out to my actor friends.
Okay. That's how many takes you does it take for you to get your character on point?
On set, you mean? Typically no more than the second take.
Really? It takes me more than 30. It takes me more than 30. No. He's fired. He done took all the wheel. Get him out of here.
That's how we get our little bloopers going.
Yes, that's happen. So funny.
It does happen, but normally after the second or third take, but I like to go on set knowing I'm prepared. I like to know what it is that I'm going to be doing and what's expected of me. I understand directors and everybody else. There's a lot of people involved. It's such a bigger thing than just us actors. But things will change on a dime. However, I'm flexible enough to do that, but I need to know what my part is. So that way I feel I'm available and, I can put my best foot forward to accomplish the job I'm put in task.
Right. Have you ever got offered a part and you didn't get it, and how did you feel?
Um, I am there. There have been a few things that I've sent auditions in for. And I didn't get a call back, and I figured, you know what? It's part of the animal. I mean, you're going into this, you're gonna need to know how to deal with rejection. If you
Right.
don't know how to take a no, or something negative, then you're not gonna grow. You're not gonna learn. You're not gonna know what else is out there. You're limiting yourself. You
Right.
got to take the good with the bad. And then I just recently got an email the other day asking me to do a modeling shoot for a company, and I almost lost it. It actually said, "Oh, well, we've talked with our partners, and there's no audition needed for you. You've got this." I was like, "Oh my God." So, I mean, that was a big deal. To me, it felt like I was like on Hollywood status. So, I was like, "Awesome. This is good."
That's good because see, I'm so used to getting to know that when they say yes, you got it. I'll be like, are you disrespecting me? The answer's got to be no. When they say yes, I'll be like, are you talking to me? I'm used to getting the no, so I'm like okay with the no. I'll be like, okay,
Well,
on the next
like
project.
oh, absolutely. I had to sit there and read it twice. I said, "Wait a minute. Did I read this right the first time? Hold up. They really want to pay me for my time. Hold on. Give me a second. I got to read this again."
Yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, it
yeah.
was very exciting. Very exciting.
Does do you get butterflies in your stomach when you're in motion when you're actually on set and they say camera action? Do you get any funny feelings while
You know,
you're
I
acting?
I've always been. It's funny because if you ask my cousins and everybody I grew up with, they'd say, "Yeah, right, Victoria. She's like the biggest loudmouth. She'll approach anybody."
Right,
But
right,
when it comes to being in front of a video camera, I'm very, very self conscious. I had a very low self esteem growing up, so and people don't see that. People don't know that. They think I walk around with this confidence, and it's not always the case. Um,
right.
Honestly, you would think I would get extremely nervous.
Yeah,
I get more nervous doing speeches live than it would be being behind a camera. To me, it's my job. I can't think of where the camera is. We're not supposed to be staring at it anyway.
right,
So, I'm there to do a job. And whether
right,
that camera is rolling or not, when they cue me, I'm doing my job. So,
right,
I got to take that out. Now, going, heading there to the set or the location, oh my gosh, the excitement is like overwhelming. I am like bopping and dancing along in my car or on the plane or wherever I happen to be, So, yeah, very exciting.
so what is the funniest thing that ever happened to you on set?
Oh gosh, I don't know about. Oh gosh, funny. I don't know about funny. Embarrassing would be one more or less.
Embarrassing. Okay.
The last set I was on, it was, I believe, mid July in Florida.
Okay.
So, it's a scorcher. Maybe it might have been maybe August, July, August, but it was about 107 out with the sun, mid afternoon. I'm the only female running on the beach doing this one set, this one scene, and a pack of guys, and they keep yelling, "Take!" Oh my lord! This must have been one of like maybe two or three scenes that we actually took 17 to 23 times. It was
What?
There's six of us running. How many takes does it possibly need? But and then there was, of course, somebody would stumble and fall, so we got to do that another three times, with and without, because that was a funny one. Um, but yeah, I passed out, like I couldn't breathe, like I was going down.
Imagine that.
Needless to say, here I am, almost 45 years old, and not exactly at my prime, and I come to in the water with these muscular 6 foot something dudes, shirtless guys, stuffing ice down my bikini top and down my pants and holding me down in the water, trying to, help my body kind of come to. I was mortified, a little embarrassed, but it was a nice little situation for the day. I mean, it made up
Mm,
for it. It's better than
right,
waking up in a hospital, I guess.
right. how when you're acting, not directing or producing, and you're an actor, have you ever met a director where made your life miserable while you was on set? Victoria, no, again. That'll be. I'll be like this. I'm gonna listen.
Take a number. Um, well, we've had one that was a drill sergeant. I mean, there was no time to sleep. You know,
He
they
was
tell
a drill
you,
sergeant.
oh my gosh, they tell you casting call comes out at 2 a.m. When am I supposed to sleep? So, you know, you got to be up for casting call, then to find out that they're not starting till 4 a.m. So, you know, you got a 2 hour nap there. You get on set at 4 a.m. to find out that it got moved to 11 a.m., but not everybody got that memo. Um, a lot of that. That was that was fun. Then telling me I was done, I could go home. I travel 3.5 hours to go home just to be
Oh
called
wow.
within 24 hours, telling me, "Hey, I need you back on set."
Oh wow.
So, um, unprofessionalism, I guess, is the one thing. Then I had another director, which he would always praise me. I thought everything was phenomenal. Like I would go the limit, you know, to make anything work on that on his films. Next thing you know, I'm kind of just like blackballed and closed down, and I'm like
Oh wow.
of all future movies and everything, and I'm trying to find out what's going on, and he doesn't have the decency to even, you know, pick up the phone and call me or throw me a text message or you know, a personal email. He just kind of like put me on blast and then cut me off. So everybody in that feed got to see his side, but
Not your
nobody
side.
even knew that. Number one, something I never did. I, you know, never had any involvement with, or, you know, but I mean, come on now, you know, we're grown. We're supposed to be in this professional, you know, industry, and we're
Right.
acting like children. So that was, yeah, a lot of unprofessionalism, a lot of that. And that's like, that's my biggest thing, you know, trying to find somebody who's going to be, you know, on cue, and, you know, they're going to talk business. Hey, I'm all about business. Time is money. I'll be the best, but you got to be worth it. You know, I got to want
Right.
to work with you.
Right. It's and you know, for me, when when I go to film anything or I get called in to go film, I I observe it. I'm an observer. So when I go, you know, because you go to these places and you meet all types of actors from all over, and you never know who likes you, who don't like you, who wants to see you fail, and who don't. So I really scan the place. You know, when I go, I look at the director, I look at the producer, I look at the actors, I talk to them, and I feel the vibe. You know, and you know when you fit in you know, in a crowd, or you're not uh you don't feel comfortable, or you're being outcast. You can see all that. And it's hard to work when you're in that type of predicament in a field. Hey Brian, what's up, buddy? And you're in that type of field, and you're there for a job because you got casted. And the worst thing for an actor is to feel uncomfortable in, you know, in in a place where you're filming, and everyone is making you feel uncomfortable. And usually it happens when you go to go shoot something with a production team, and they're kind of like they're all been together at one point, so everybody knows each other. And here you come, you know, you're the new face, you're the new uh actor, and you know, they start acting kind of a little distant, so they don't give you conversation. You know, they're trying to figure you out. You know, it's very uncomfortable. And then, you know,
Like
for
the
you
new
to
kid
go
on
there,
school.
yeah, and then you're gonna do them, and then you here comes your part, and you're nervous as hell because you're like, wow, these people don't like me, or you know, you're trying to say your part, but in your head you're like, man, I don't feel comfortable. You know, and you don't, you know, you practice the your scene at the house. You did perfect. Everything was good. Now you get to the scene and you're forgetting lines. You're like, holy crap, what's you know?
I
So
mean, you're gonna run across that. You know, you're gonna cross a lot of good days and bad days.
Bad days, yes.
The most important thing, you got to stay focused. You know, I mean, especially, I mean, and the little projects are important too, because it's those little projects that we learn and grow from. But I mean,
Right,
these big money projects, let me tell you, you got to bring your professionalism. You know, it doesn't matter, you know, who goes off on what they, you know, you got to keep your head straight. You got to keep your mind right, you know, and just focus. And, you know, you're there to do your job. You can only take care of yourself. You can only be the best you can be.
right,
Whether Jack, Mary, or whoever else doesn't like you, at the end of the day, they ain't signing, they're not going to be the ones signing your check, you know.
yeah,
So yeah, it's very important to get along with the people that you're working with, and you kind of like,
right,
you know, learn to grow and work together.
right,
But I think a lot of people go on there trying to fit into little cliques, you know,
yeah,
where I really don't mind being the odd one out. You know, if I'm going to bring attention to myself and it's going to be over the acting, or, you know, over something I did right or wrong, I'll listen to critique. You know, I'm not one to bash that away. However, you know, I'm going to worry about me and what I could bring to the table. You know, as far as what anybody else does, I'll be more than happy to try to help,
right,
but I can't act for them.
right. I get it. I get it. So, what type of movies do you like doing, or you prefer the comedy, action, drama, or you're open to all of it?
Oh my gosh, I've done so much horror, and I don't know how I got roped into that. Um and then I don't know what it is with everybody, but you know, everybody's asking me to do like these adult films, and I'm not about that. I'm not, I'm definitely, I might be shaped like a Kardashian, but I definitely don't want that. So I'm trying to keep it more on like the PG side. I would love to do something with animation. I would love like a voiceover or something like that, or be a character. I would love to do a comedy or drama. Action's cool. I don't mind doing some action scenes. It just can't. I would definitely need a stunt double. Um, so
Hello, you and I both. Okay, I got the body, I got the big body, but I ain't flipping. The age ain't right. You know what I'm saying? The age ain't right.
right. But right, exactly. You know, with all the metal in my neck and my back, I wouldn't want to, you know, end up being paralyzed, God forbid. So
Yeah,
you know, I definitely, I love to have fun. You know, I mean, I love to travel. I'm all over the place. It's not that I don't let my disabilities limit me. I work hard when I'm on set. Doesn't matter what's going on with me. I'll be there. You know, if I'm already involved, I'm involved. Um, but yeah, I try to live life the best I can and take every project as if it's brand new and my very first one, and with the excitement with the very first one, but the determination as if it was my very last one. You know, so
yeah.
I try to give my best in everything I do, and that's all I could do. If I excel, I excel. If I stand still, hey, this is my 15 minutes of fame. So
So my
I'm
friend
blessed for
Brian,
even that. So
yeah, my friend Brian says it can get nerve wracking when your scene comes and 50 people from the crew are watching and focused on you. Laughing out loud.
absolutely, it does. It definitely does.
Right,
But again, if let's say you're in the middle of doing a scene or doing something that you have to bring a character out into the film, you know, and actually catch that audience's glare. If you don't focus on what you're doing, and no matter how difficult it might be, you're gonna end up messing up, you know, and then you'll stumble, you can get hurt, you can fall, you can, you know, like, I mean, if it's just, you know, a blip of a line, then I'm sure, you know, a retake, somebody might get upset or angry, but so what? You know, everybody gets angry all the time. We all get over it. But, you know,
right,
God forbid you're not staying focused on something major that you're doing, then you're putting yourself at harm's risk. And that's really not worth it at the end of the day. You know, we all have families we want to go home to, or another project we got to work on, or, you know, whatever it might be.
right. And I know it can be exhausting too, where people can get edgy when, especially like extras, because sometimes you know your part won't be for like 3, 4, 5 hours. You got to sit there and wait. You know, the waiting is like the most harsh thing. Like you have to wait till your part comes. And some of these people be there for hours just sitting there waiting to do one small scene, even if it's just walking across the street. Like or just doing some type of movement behind some actors that are doing their part, or maybe bringing the coffee to the table. Like you have to wait for that moment to come for you to do your scene, and
Absolutely.
and it's tiring, time
It
consuming. So
is.
if you want to
But
be
I
an
mean,
actor,
right. But I
you
mean, like I said, like, if you have to be, you got to know what you're just getting yourself into. You know, you have to have that mental, like, okay, don't sign up for it if you don't want to wait around all day. If you know that you're going to be sitting there waiting, bring a crossword puzzle, bring an extension battery to your cell phone, or, a plug to plug it in. Hopefully you're not staying on the beach for 48 hours like I did. But there's things that you got to do to fulfill yourself. Now, had I known what was going to happen to me, I would have been a little bit better prepared. I wouldn't have been stuck on the beach with long jeans and in the middle of summer. It was excruciating. But you live and learn. That was my fault for not asking the right questions. I didn't know what I was getting myself into, and I kind of went into it blindly. I did survive. I made it. A little bit of second degree sunburn, but we survive. Um, but you gotta learn. You gotta be prepared. You have to be prepared. If you're not prepared, it's gonna make it so much worse for you. And honestly, if you don't want to be waiting around and you don't know what it's going to take in being an extra, don't apply for it. Put yourself in acting school. Don't take this short way out of doing the little things in order to get to the big films. Just then pay the big money to do the schooling, to do all the other stuff that you need to do. But regardless, you gotta wet your feet somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
right. And
So
and I'm sorry to cut you off, but I want people to know that acting is just not going there and saying your line. Like you got to know face expressions. You got to bring that face expression out. Eyes. It could be a moment where you got to move your eyes a certain way, your eyebrows a certain way. You know, uh, those are tricks to the trade for acting. So if
yeah.
anyway, what if anyone wants to come, someone new, say someone new is coming to a project, what advice would you give that person, or what should they look for?
What should they look for?
Yes.
Depending on the project. If it's if it's one of the people I've worked with in the past, hang on to your pants. I hope I hope you
Or
got a
your
lot of
skirt?
energy with
Hold on to
you.
your
There's a
pants or your
coffee shop
skirt.
down the road. I hope you guys slept enough that you were gonna sleep, or I'll nudge you if you nap out. But typically, be prepared. That's the best thing I could tell somebody. Be on time. Don't be late. Ask the questions prior to going. You want to know what you're getting yourself into. You want to know what's expected of you. Don't go in there with blinders on. Don't go blindsided. Do not be afraid to stand your ground. Um, you're going to be you. Don't let people take advantage of you. There's a lot of good and bad out there.
Right.
The people who are going to try to walk all over you, they will take as much as they possibly can. Stand your ground. Be true to yourself. Um, and know what you're getting yourself into. Ask your questions. That's the best thing I can say. I mean, that's what's kept me going and has got me, where I am today. I'm so grateful for the little blessings that keep coming every day.
That's great. So Brian, my friend Brian is saying, I just did a TV show and I was killed. Shot 5 times and stabbed 11 times. And you still here? I don't get that part. It was awesome getting killed, laughing my ass off.
So they
So
end up putting him in a coma.
I don't know, but this guy is like a cat. You kill him and he comes
Oh
back to life.
boy, he's got 9 lives.
Yeah, but yes, he does. And he's a
Next is the
paranormal.
Empire State Building, buddy. You better be careful there, Brian.
Yeah, he's a paranormal. He's a paranormal investigator. So now he got me thinking he could be a spirit. You know what I mean? We don't know.
Possibly, yeah.
Okay.
Possibly. It's coming back
Yeah,
to
but
haunt us yet again.
yes. Okay. So he's a great guy. So let's talk about your Anyway, what was Beach Chain about? What was that movie all about? What was that about?
So it's a bunch of people who are living their everyday lives, and something catastrophic happens to the world, and we end up in this deserted beach, this little island, and we're all chained to each other. At one point, I was actually chained to Oh Jesus, how did his name escape me? Jeremy Meeks. Um, which he's very athletic and the boy can move. He's probably, I don't know, a good 15, 20 years my junior. So I mean, when he started moving fast, I wasn't quite sure how long these chains really were. And they're steel, like from Home Depot, steel chains. Um, he's running and I keep looking at it going, okay, there's a fire, there's a campfire like flowing, going high. There's
Oh
a bunch
wow.
of logs I'm gonna have to jump over. There's a bunch of actors in my way. Uh if he pulls any further, I'm going under. So
Oh my goodness.
it was interesting. Like I said, we did a lot of takes, a lot of shooting. It wasn't as put together as it should have been. There was a lot of things that were off. A lot of people were very angry, very upset. Nothing was done in a timely manner. The movie itself, I still have yet to see. I've seen glimpses of it. Work with some the networking was the most important thing to me. I mean, the movie, like I said, I still have yet to watch it, so I don't know how the whole thing is going to come about. I know the behind the scenes and everything I was a part of. It was quite an adventure. I mean, I actually had a lot of fun. The good with the bad. I did have a
Yeah.
lot of fun. I did meet amazing people that I'm still friends with today and are working with on other projects.
Right.
So I mean, that's the one great thing I walked out of. The networking, the people. They're it's become a family. It really
Right. And
has.
it's
We look
funny
out for each
'cause
other.
I was watching the clip and I started laughing because you know I see you on the beach doing some karate moves, right? Then I see you
Oh, that
stabbing.
was on the other one. That was on
Uh,
Beach Shackles.
yeah, beach shackles. Then I see you stabbing them in the
Yeah,
butt.
that was. Yeah, I get
I
to
was like,
shove. I
this
get
is
to shove a
hilarious.
robotic arm
How funny was that? I was like, no, she just didn't stab him in the butt.
with his own robotic arm that I twisted off his arm. Yeah, absolutely, I sure did.
That was
Um,
so funny,
I was.
Victoria. I was
I'm
laughing.
actually thinking of blowing that one up and making a little poster for myself.
Yeah, that was so cool. I was like, oh no, look
I go
at
take it
her.
over to Chris Chu, have him sign it.
Yeah, yeah, you should, because that was funny. That was really funny. I was like, no, she didn't just stab him in the butt with his own arm.
That was fun. That movie was something else. That was a
That
lot of
was
fun.
so hilarious. Um, so yeah, beast shackle. So tell me about surviving Judah.
Oh boy, that's one of the ones I actually got kicked off of. So I'm not doing any
Sequel.
projects with. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not doing any of them with them. And I really,
Okay.
I mean, I wish them the best.
Right.
In all their future endeavors. But yeah, they could take my name off their list.
Okay. A bad experience, obviously.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
Okay.
just people I wouldn't waste my time with.
Okay. It's good to know. So I also saw you doing another show. You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to. Um, but I was watching it and I was watching your face and your reaction. I was like, she can kill him right now. um, it was called Loyalty Test. Remember? You
Oh
remember
my
that?
gosh, yeah, I love that one. That one was a lot of fun. That
I
one was
said,
that
oh
one got
no.
a lot. Have you read those comments though? Those people, they can be so cruel.
Yeah.
I said,
Listen, I saw that and I started laughing because he didn't know he was looking around to find the smallest hole he can get into. And you're like you're shaking your head, you doing all the all the drama stuff. You're like, oh really? And he's like, he's looking around trying to say, this is the exit. If I have to run, it was so hilarious. I was like, no, she just didn't go there. That was so
at
funny.
the end of that, it was hysterical. He comes to me and he says, I was literally searching for something to get you with. He goes, but you covered all your bases. He's like, no matter where I wanted to turn, you went bam. So
Yeah.
he's like, you just had me. He's like, I had nothing to do but walk away with my tail between my legs. And I was just like, well,
Yeah, and I loved it because did you guys end up winning $1,000?
no. Trying to be cheated.
Ah, oh my goodness, how crazy is this? But, so it was funny because he was like, well, I don't know if the girl was Michelle or something like that, and he was like, "Oh, we went out to have coffee." And when he said that, he took like 3 steps back from you. He's like, "Yeah." He's waiting for that swing, and it was just so hilarious. And I started laughing.
Yeah, what got
Did
me is when
you?
he still wanted that beach house. I said the
Right?
beach house.
Yeah, the beach house. You was like, it's under my name. You can take your ass
Think not.
and go.
Taking the
I
vet
was
too,
like,
boo boo.
yeah, I was, and he was like in the Corvette too. Okay, I was like, oh
Uh-huh.
boy. And then the guy
Mm-hmm.
sitting there was like, how are you gonna risk something that you have for something new? You know what I mean? Like, why would you take that
Right?
risk? And I like to talk about these subjects because see, some men and some women don't realize how good they have it, right? And
Absolutely.
how good of a partner they have. So they start doing things behind their back. And then when they realize that they're gonna lose that person, flashbacks start coming,
Oh,
and
absolutely.
so why put yourself in that predicament, when you have something good, that's there for you, that's behind you 100%, that supports you 100%, that helps you when you're down and out, for someone that you just met and have no idea, what their intentions are with you, and it could be just for a hot second.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
So why take that chance? I'm not saying it because I used to do it. You know what I mean? I used to cheat.
We all
Um,
have. We all have it from
right,
time to time. I mean, you know what? It's all part of growing up.
right. But now that I understand how it works and I understand how important it is to respect your partner and how to love your partner, um, then now I see the other side of it, and and I know how much it hurts when you're in love with someone, right? When you're in love with
Oh my
someone
gosh, yeah.
and you're going out your way to do so much for them to prosper and grow, and you put in all your effort, and this is what you get in return. I know the pain, and
Oh yeah. So do
and
I.
so
It
so
cut
I
deep.
always
You kind of lose yourself, when you put all of yourself into something. My last marriage, it was about a decade. And it took all of me. I literally put all of my heart and soul into it. I never loved anybody as much as I love this man. I would have moved mountains for him.
right,
And it didn't matter to me. It didn't matter to me his attitude, bipolar, or anything else that was going on. um Even his special needs child that he had. I took him in. I raised that child, and for me to just lose myself as an individual, even having my own son to have to raise, amongst all this. I mean, it caused devastation. I lost who I was. I lost my voice. I forgot who I was to stand up for my own, to hear my own voice, to have my own opinion. And it ended up killing us. It ended up really drifting us apart to the point where I couldn't see a happy day ahead, and it sucks. It's horrible to
right,
feel that you've given somebody every bit of you, and the best of you, to the extent, and for it to just be unappreciated and neglected. it
right,
it, it hurts.
right. And it's hard, right, for a person to go into another relationship after going through all that. The trust issues
Oh my
go
gosh,
up
yes.
higher. Your trust,
Oh
your
my
trust
gosh,
is, the
yes.
red flags goes up. You're like, okay, I don't even know if I want to get into this other relationship because I just can't trust no more.
Right.
And sometimes we tend to lose good women and good men that come into our new life because we're so guarded,
Oh yeah.
from the past, and it's just so hard to find the right person. Um,
Especially this day and
and
age.
yeah, yeah, I agree
Extremely.
100%.
Everybody's had to play a game or a quick fling, or
Yeah,
they're all about what they can give, and they're all a bunch of promises. But you know what? There's gonna be good days and there's gonna be bad days. There's gonna be money and there's gonna be hard times. But
Right.
I'm not in it for that. I want somebody
Right.
who's gonna be there to stand my ground, who's gonna have my back when I'm down, and who's gonna be there to celebrate me when I'm up. And I can do the same thing, vice versa.
Right.
They say that ride or die, and they make it sound like it's so, you know, old school Method Man type style days, but it's true. Like I grew up with that, and I respect that.
Right.
That goes deep for me. It's like
Right. Yeah.
I know if you got my back, I got yours, no matter what.
And that's the way it should be.
Yeah,
I come from the old school too. We got, I still run by the same street code I used to do back in the days, and I got tattoos, respect and loyalty.
yep,
We live and die by that. And
yep,
nowadays it seems like there's no street code, there's no code at all. People do what they want to do. There's no respect, no loyalty
oh,
among friends, among partners.
right,
And so that keeps me away from relationships because
right,
I have a problem trusting people. And it's not,
hmm,
and it's because of the stuff I've been through the past. And
right,
not till you find the right person, you're not going to take that step. And so
right.
it's
I've learned that a lot.
you
Yep.
know
Just something about you just doesn't want to allow you to open up fully. You just kind of like
right.
you limit yourself, you hold back.
Yes, 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 yes. But it is what it is, and it's crazy. So the B Shack is a PTSD story.
Yep. It's actually a spoof off of the beach chain,
Oh, okay.
off of the first movie.
Okay, so it's like a segment to that,
Yeah,
kind
kind
of,
of,
sort of.
sort of, kind of, sort of.
Oh, okay. So, what are you working on right now? What's your present project?
Oh boy. I got a couple commercials that I'm working on.
Awesome.
I have we're going to be right now. I'm just kind of like testing the products and seeing how they all go, and we're in the middle of doing our reviews back and forth. That should hopefully be done by the end of this month. And then I am working on a few things in LA with producer John Rodset. Um, and then this new modeling gig coming up. So a few modeling things going on. So it's exciting.
Hey,
I mean,
modeling.
there's a few things. I mean, I can't really put out the names of everything yet, but
Yeah,
there's a lot of non-disclosures going on. But there's things up and coming, and my photo shoots are constantly being refreshed every so often, every 2 to 3 months. I like to keep them fresh. So kind of like keep opening up my portfolio, building on it.
right. That's amazing. It takes a lot of hard work to do what we do, and I just want people to understand, the people that are coming into this industry, filming industry, that it's hard work. There's a
It
lot
is.
of time consuming, a lot of reading, I, you know, and so if this is what you guys want to do in your career, become actors, then like Victoria said, if you're not comfortable, then take a class. Talk to people in the on set that can lead you to the right people to get better at what you do, because it's not easy. Even for me, I've done some films, independent films, and I it's frustrating sometimes. When you're on set and you're waiting so long, and or you go in there and you're saying your line, and you forget it, and you got to take over, and now the director's not happy, the producer's like, hey, you got to get it right, and I've seen it on set. So it's not easy, people. Acting is not just going there, smiling, and that's it. There's work to be done.
There's a lot of work. You got to know how to take it. You got to be prepared. You got to have an open mind. You got to be prepared to work hard, give it your all. But you also got to have fun.
Right.
Enjoy
Have
the
fun.
moments, the in between when you're not in front of that camera. Take advantage of those moments. Sit back, relax, enjoy those moments. Because when it's time to get out there and do something, be ready,
Right.
be prepared,
Right.
be
Brian
patient
says,
with yourself.
right. Brian says, definitely long hours. I don't even know why he's talking about definitely long hours when he's a spirit. Spirits can stay up for hours, for days, for months, for years. I don't know what you're talking
Brian,
about,
you don't get
Brian,
tired,
about
buddy. Come
hours.
on
Yeah,
now. You don't eat, you don't sleep, you don't need any of that. What are you talking
yeah.
about?
We sleeping to get ready for set, and he's just floating around all set. I don't know what Brian be doing, but it's easy to say, Brian, when you're in spirit. Okay, so you have these things going on now. Are you shooting your own film at some point? Were you going to direct a film, and if
I
so,
want
what?
to. I so want to. I have so much to talk about. I've been working on some comedy things that I want to put together. I have a big idea. That would definitely include my cousin. So if I could talk her into just taking a break from the postal service so she can come and help out her cousin, um, it'd be hysterical. Her and I have the same name. We're only about 6 months apart. We grew up together, and oh my gosh, in New York, we are double trouble. We're one go. It's
I
laughs.
can imagine. I
Um,
can imagine.
Oh my gosh. I mean, we make a scene anywhere we go. It's hysterical. But I did want to do something with her. And then I know it might be a little tacky with the whole, the whole Greek thing did come out once before. But I wanted to kind of take it to a whole other level of the oh my God, no, she didn't kind of
Yeah.
situation,
Right.
to where,
Right.
like the crazy things that Greek parents, immigrants would say to each other in a house, and the things us children listen to, it's like, oh my gosh, it's a comedy club all on its own. But it brings a lot of drama to it too, because some of these females can be really crazy. So I mean, it has a certain flair to it. And I think they can find it very similar to different like Hispanic households, and in different ethnicities as well. Seriously, we're very much alike.
Yeah.
We had that strict upbringing, the whole religion, the whole family togetherness, the
Yeah.
respect, the morals, the understanding, the
Yeah.
family always
Yeah.
comes first, the hustle,
That's right.
and build your foundation and leave a legacy.
That's right.
A lot of things that normal Americans don't really see on an everyday. Growing up
Right.
here, I've noticed. I'm first generation born into the United States, but I
Right.
got to see a lot of, the old school growing up. Um,
Yes.
but that's been instilled in me. So especially the children nowadays looking at stuff like that, it's very comical, because they don't see it, they don't understand
Right.
it. So
Right.
and breaking it down and making it Americanized, I think will bring a lot of laughs. So
So yeah, Brian's saying he's an actor in Toronto. Um,
nice. I have family out there.
yeah, he's from Canada. He's from that side. Seems
Stay
like there's a
warm.
lot. Seems like there's a lot of spirits going on in Toronto.
Yeah, they should stay up there. Say hello to my cousins in Montreal.
Yeah. He's probably from Montreal too. But
I've been out that way too. I used to go skiing with St. John's University, but never been
yeah.
on one of those slopes.
No, me neither. So he actually did a movie. He did a movie. He's coming out in Netflix this year. It's called Homicide.
Very nice. We're gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely got to check it out. I want to see the part when Brian gets shot 5 times.
Shot,
Now
stabbed, and he
me, I
comes
want
back.
to see you dead. I want to see that part. I want to see how he took it. You know what I'm saying?
He's gonna be in the next Marvel movie.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So, you know, what is inspirational message can you give the viewers?
Um, find out who you are and what really matters to you, what really counts, and stand your ground. Back that up. Be your own brand. That's the most important thing I can tell you, because anybody can act and become a character. You yourself, you bring a certain uniqueness into the world. Let it shine every chance you get.
Amen to that. Amen to that. Do you have a website where people can look you up
Well, right
or
now I
follow
have
you?
my Instagram, I have my Facebook, I got my TikTok, my Twitter, my Snapchat. I'm actually in the middle of making my website, so that'll definitely be coming up.
He said he has friends in Montreal. So
Nice.
so if anyone wants to connect with you or maybe have you on their show, how can they reach you?
Well,
Like,
they email or any of my social apps. Same way you got me.
okay. Yeah,
But I will. I'll definitely
I,
be having. I'll
I
definitely be
got you.
having.
I moved. Listen, I got you because I moved. I got friends and no friends, and then
That's
and say,
right.
hey,
I network. I network people.
that's
You know somebody in my friends page. I got over 3,000 friends. Come on now. But
okay.
yeah,
But that's great. But it's funny that you got that call and they asked you, how'd you know me? How'd you know me
yeah, I was
from
kind
New
of
York?
floored. They were like, "So you're gonna be on Victor's talk show?" I said, "Wait a minute, this just happened. How do you know about that?"
That's
I was like,
that's
how do you know him? What do I need to know?"
well, that's awesome. The fact that you got that call, that means people watching the show. Out
That's a
in New
great
York.
thing. Absolutely.
So that people are watching. This is the this is where you need to be. The Don Vic Show out in Boston. I'm one of the
Absolutely,
number.
it's a place to
Okay,
be.
okay.
On a
So
hot Saturday, it's a place to be.
hey, I'm trying to tell you something. Okay, I know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. Okay,
Well, you know what? Then if you know that person, you look it up because I know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody too. So have your people call my people.
that's what's gonna happen. Okay, so definitely not sure if I can have you on some other podcasts that I know that they'll love to have you on their show just to help you get more promotion, help your face get out there more. People know who Victoria is and what you do.
Absolutely, I'm all for it. I appreciate that.
Yeah, and Brian, my brother here, has a talk show. He's a paranormal investigator. He runs the Parapost Network out of
Ah, I'm into
Canada.
that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
are you? Well, that's the show you might want to
There
be
you
in.
go.
So I'll
I got
connect
some
you
true
with.
stories I can tell him about. Pretty freaky.
Okay, so I can connect you to Brian, and I can connect you to my other friend Anna. Anna's also a paranormal investigator. She has a talk show, and she's up and coming. So I try to help everybody by bringing some of my guests to their shows as well. Kind of help each other come up at the same time because that's what I do. You know what I mean? I connect
Sounds
people.
great. I like the way you
Also,
network, buddy. You keep it moving.
hey, that's it. I also have my friend Mike Wagner. He's from South Dakota. Uh, he has an amazing show as well. I can connect you with him, and you can get on his show. I got so many. Listen, I know so many podcasts I can connect you with, and I know they'll love to have you. Um, Here to go, Brian. He said, "Bring her on through the lens." He got jokes. I'm trying to tell you. His boy got jokes.
Fly
He
me
just
out.
can't.
Come on, I'm ready to go.
She ready to go, Brian. Oh boy, oh
I thought
boy.
I was doing live over here with Mr. Victor. He played a trick on me.
Hey, you never
I
know.
said,
You
"Hey,
never
where's the
know what.
studio at? I didn't get the information."
Okay, you never know what comes out of my sleeve. Okay, so listen, I want to thank you for coming aboard the show. You've been great.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
Yes, and I'll definitely bring you back on the show in the future once you get into more projects and more exciting things, so we can have more things to talk about. I'll bring you back on the show because I'll keep my eye on you.
Well, keep
And
your fingers crossed because if everything goes well, hopefully by April, no, maybe May, I'll be in Cannes, France, promoting, marketing one of the movies. So,
that's amazing.
oh
Listen.
my gosh,
I
hopefully I can keep my fingers crossed.
Good. God, listen, God got good things for you. So just stay positive and focused. And
Thank you,
and you,
thank you, thank you. All the blessings your way, my friend.
likewise. And Brian is still Brian said he's reaching out. So look out
All
for his
right,
friend request. His
DM
name is
me,
Brian.
DM me, DM me. I'll keep an eye out for them. I usually
Yeah,
try to filter through most of them.
is yes, Brian J. Lavardi. He
All
looks
right,
like me.
I'll keep an
He
eye
looks
out. It gets
he looks
crazy
like
in
me.
there, but
He's beautiful. He's beautiful and bald like me.
there's nothing wrong with that.
I know. So 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 thank you for coming on the show, Victoria. You've been great. Thank you for your time. I wish you the best. Much blessings for
Thank
you.
you.
And I'll see you soon, and I'll bring you back on the show in a couple months.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Have a good one, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, everyone. That is Victoria Zafiritos, okay? Actress and model. You can see her amazing energy. She's a great person. I'm glad she came on the show. And and we're on to our second show at 5 p.m. We have Jesus J. Maldonado coming all the way from Miami. He's an actor. We're going to be talking to him at 5 o'clock. So you guys can tune in. You love her. You love her energy? Yeah, I bet. Thank you, Chrissy. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. So listen, guys. This is the show to be. This is a show you need to be in. If you're actor, director, upcoming actress, comedian, book writer, this is where you need to be. The Don Vic Show has the connection to make things happen. You know what I mean? And I know so many other podcasts that I can connect you to and help expose you through other channels, because this is what I do. And if you ain't been on the Don Vic Show, you ain't been to no show yet. You feel me? Brian, you still here? I thought you was ghosting around. Love you, brother. So, guys, tune in at 5 p.m. And also, please follow my brother, Brian Lavardi, on his Parapost Network page. He's an amazing guy. Also, the P3 family, my man, Matt, in all the Parapost Network. Parapost. Listen, I'm crazy now. Paranormal investigators around the world. You can find them on Parapost Network channel. Go there. Bigfoot, scientists, whatever you need, they're on that page. You can find it. And Chrissy said, "Don't lie, Brian." Chrissy, though. I'm with you, Chrissy. Okay, Brian, we're gonna gang up on you, Brian. So big shout out to Chrissy here on the show as well. So guys, listen, I wish I could stay here and talk to you guys all day and have fun and joke around, but I got another show to set up for at 5 o'clock with this great actor. Look at Brian still laughing. And Chrissy, you guys are going at it. Queen for a reason. I love you, Chrissy. You're awesome. So tune in, guys. 5 o'clock. Stephen Woods. This is going crazy. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you. Appreciate it. Big shout out to the Parapost, man. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. I just don't know how to thank you guys for showing so much love. I appreciate it. And tune in at 5 o'clock. If you ain't busy, you ain't got a show, tune in again, because we're going to talk to another amazing actor all the way from Miami. I checked out his IMDb. This guy's doing some good things. And this is the first Latino actor I have on my show. I think he's the first Latin person I had on my show. I think I'm the only Latin guy to be on my show. Okay, so it's amazing to have one of my own kind, come on the show and doing great things as an actor. I can't wait to talk to him. And we see what he got going on. And Steven is here. What is he saying? Geez, take the wheel. Oh, man. I just can't. Okay, guys. So thank you, guys. I'll see you guys at 5 o'clock. Make sure you guys tune in. Share, because sharing is caring. And I'll see you guys at 5. Peace, love, respect. I'm out of here.